All right, guys, I've been kind of struggling like this last couple of months when it comes to reviewing games, and Dragon Age Veilguard is no exception to that, nor was Unknown 9 Awakening or Star Wars Outlaws or any of these games that are designed for casual gamers. If you look in the bio under my YouTube channel, it clearly states that I am here to review games for a casual, laid-back audience. I'm not here to review games for the hardcore gamers. There's already plenty of those. I don't even have the time to sit and thoroughly review games like those guys have. I don't get review codes 2 weeks before a game comes out. I work a full-time job. I'm a casual gamer in every sense of the word. I do not have the time to be a full-on nerded out reviewer that can sit and pick everything apart. That's just not me. That's not what I am able to do due to the constraints of real life. You know, I gotta go to work. I have children. I have a wife. I have a family. I have other responsibilities that I have to do. So when I do sit down to play a game like I did this weekend, you know, playing Dragon Age Veilguard, and I get really into that game and I'm fully immersed in it, I can basically deliver the review of that experience. Did it engage me? Absolutely. Were the characters good? Yeah, I loved that freaking game. Like, I thought it was pretty cool. It fully engaged me. It gave me the beautiful environments that I love to look at when I'm playing a AAA game. I mean, I really do kind of just stick to the AAA games too, just due to that fact. I want to see the eye candy. I want to see the freaking, you know, or hear the witty writing or something like that. You know what I mean? You guys don't seem to understand what video gaming is to someone like me. To me, it is entertainment, pure entertainment. It's a video game. I take it seriously to the point where it's like, is it going to occupy that free time that I have? Is it going to deliver that experience that I paid for? Now, when I play games, guys, I play them to get away from the world, to get away from, you know, the real stuff that I have to go through every day in life. And I want that to be an escape for that. But then when I bring the content that I work on to you guys for your enjoyment, or so that you guys can see, hey man, how's Froggy feeling about a game, man? I really like the way Frog is. I like what he thinks, and I want to see what he feels. And I can't, like I said, I can't compete with the other big guys out there. Like I can't compete with the Maddie Plays. I can't compete with the Skill Up. I mean, I guess I could, but I'm at a severe disadvantage because I don't get review keys when they get them, so I can't invest the time. I sat here last night after beating Dragon Age, and I was like, okay, a lot of people keep telling me to write a script, so I sat there and I start writing it. And like an hour later, I'm like, oh my gosh, man, now I'm gonna have to sit there and read all of this stuff. And you know, it's frustrating. And then I went to try to close it out or save it or something, and it deleted the whole thing. So I was like, all that work that I just tried to put into it literally got deleted. So I was just like, what the freak? I was just trying to close it out because I was just gonna do my review today. I was just gonna wake up, finish writing it, and you know, I was like, what the freak, man? And and so I'm just like, what the freak, you know? So I did my review last night. I just did it off the top of my head. I tried to keep out some spoilers. I added some gameplay footage closer to the end of the game so that you guys could kind of just, you know, gauge and see what the gameplay was like. You know, obviously there were a little bit of spoilers in there, but not much. I mean, everybody's already spoiled the game for everybody anyways, just out there throwing out whatever they want and completely trashing this game every step of the way. You know, it angers me to be like, okay, I paid my $60. I bought the game. I put in the work to go through and actually play through the game. And looking for these things that people were saying were super bad about this game, and trying to see how they affected my state of mind while I was playing this game. And I came away impressed. I was like, wow, this game was actually pretty damn good. I liked the way that Dragon Age handled itself. I feel like it was the perfect blend of, you know, giving the diehard fans, you know, some closure about like the Dragon Age series on a lighter note, while also welcoming in new people from all walks of life to be able to get into this game and approach it and play it and have fun and enjoy it. This to me was an incredible game to just sit back, kick your feet off, lower the difficulty, and just have a freaking blast playing through it. It was. Now, I will be the first to admit, if I was trying to be serious and like go through the whole game and do all the side content and everything else, that, you know, maybe this game could have turned out different. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that other people's reviews are not correct or not right or it didn't hit the spot for them. I'm not going to say that, because it does feel a lot more geared towards somebody that just wants to come home from work, kick their feet up, and play a game. This doesn't strike me as a game that's designed for that hardcore audience of the Dragon Age games before it. I mean, like, the combat is completely different. Like, it's not like, this is full-on God of War action-oriented type combat. Like, this is your hack and slash, dodged, flippity, you know what I mean? Like, that's what this is. This is not super serious combat whatsoever. And like, you could turn off your brain and play this. and I was like, okay, cool. Like, that's exactly what I wanted from a Dragon Age type of game. That's exactly what I wanted. BioWare 100% delivered. And, you know, there's a lot of people out there making a big thing out of the whole transgender thing in this. Well, I'm going to spoil something right now, and I'll have the video footage up so that you guys can see this. Is Tash. She is essentially a non-binary transgender. Well, at the end of this game, like, as they're going up to fight the last boss, you're faced with a choice of who you want to leave to defend the ground and help the other defenders defend something. And I picked Tash because I was like, okay, well, I don't really need her up here to fight the boss, and she's the best suited for like a defense type deal because she's a tank build or whatever. So I sent her. And they absolutely destroyed her. They show a big beastly man, you know, a Kunari, coming up, all beefed up and everything. And then you got her, which is, pretends she's a man or whatever. And this dude destroys her, like kills her on the spot, like one hit, boom, splat, dead. And I'm like, damn, that kind of hit hard too, because I was like, are you freaking kidding me? They build this whole transgender thing up, you know, and I've only seen the videos from other people because I didn't even get to play that part. For some reason, when I was playing through the game, it just kind of skipped right over for me. And I went on and I was like, like, by the time it got to that point, like, it just like did like a little thing on the screen. It was like, oh, well, they want to be called them and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I didn't even get to experience the whole thing that everybody's trashing this game about. So when it get to the end and she gets destroyed, I'm just like, damn, dude, that hit really hard. Is that what BioWare really thinks of like transgenders? They essentially, you know, put one in the game and then they have a real man face a pretend man and she gets absolutely destroyed. And then the woman, a real woman, Morgan, kills the freaking dude with one shot. And I'm like, what the freak messaging is that? That is crazy. Like, you build up this whole suspense about this character being a transgender and can't decide, and then they absolutely obliterate her. And I'm like, damn, that hit freaking hard. Like, if that is not a message that women shouldn't pretend to be men because they are absolutely inferior when it comes to another man, that there should be everything you need to know. And it just, I'm just like, wow, man, that like blew my mind that like they would bring that into the game, that the director of the game herself is a transgender, and then they would absolutely obliterate that character like that at the end of the game. I was like, wow, dude. And no other content creator is going to show you this. They don't care. They're not going to show you this because it completely defeats their narrative that this game is a transgender simulator. It's not. It definitely is not. Like, there is some stuff like that in the game. I think the romance options in this game were actually really lackluster, and I'm grateful because I don't normally play any of that stuff anyways because I just don't care to romance other characters in a game. Like, I'm not 15, dude. I'm not a 15-year-old boy in junior high school anymore. Like, I'm a grown-ass man with a wife. Like, I don't care about that stuff. It is not. I'm there for the enjoyment and for the fun. Like, I don't care if two plastic-looking humanoids are going at it. Like, I don't care. Like, that does not even make me the slightest bit interested in if I'm going to buy a game or not. So when I get through this part and I'm watching this, I'm like, damn, that is some intense messaging that they brought for this game. And, you know, guys, I like, some of this stuff does bug me. I'm not even going to sit here and tell you that it doesn't, because it does. Like, I don't care about that stuff in my games, but I'm also the kind of guy that, like, if I see something that I want to play, I'm going to play it and make my own mind up about it. I don't need some YouTuber or reviewer to tell me what I like and what I don't like. And I formed this opinion after the many times that I'd been led astray by Digital Foundry. I would literally hang on every word they said before I'd even buy a game when Xbox One X and PS4 Pro were the top consoles. Like, I would literally wait for them to tell me which console to buy it on. And I will never live my life like that again. I will never sit and wait for somebody else to tell me if something's good or not. If I'm interested in something, damn well, I'm going to buy it. And if I like it, I'm going to tell you I like it. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell you I don't like it. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. I'm not going to beat around the bush, and I'm not going to go out of my way to sit and bash shit just because it's popular to bash it. I'm not going to do that. Like, other people got up every day and went to work to create this game for people like me to enjoy it. It's at least worth me being honest and being like, okay, like, I liked the game. I thought it was great. I enjoyed playing it. I was immersed in it the whole freaking time. I thought it was awesome. I liked the game. I thought it was good. I am in no way ever going to drag myself down into the mud like everybody else, because I honestly believe that there's a super woke crowd out there that is absolutely trying to distort reality and do everything they can to make people uncomfortable. But then I also believe that the other side that tries to fight back against that stuff is just as bad as they are. Just as bad as they are. Because neither one of them can actually tell the truth. Neither one of them is actually doing any of this for the betterment of the world. They're doing it for their own selfish gains. I'm looking at you guys right now today, friends, and I'm telling you, do I think that the LGBT stuff needs to be in games? Absolutely not. I don't think it needs to be there. Does heterosexual content need to be in games? No, I don't think sex or relationship like that needs to be in games. Games are supposed to be fun and witty and like action focused and stuff like that. Like, I don't care about romance options in these games. When we get to games like Dragon Age or fantasy games where you create your own character, do I think that they should represent everybody? Abso-fucking-lutely. Why? Because I want to be represented. I'm sure you want to be represented. And I'm sure that anybody else, even if they are a small minority of people that want to play that game, they want to be represented too. I have zero issues with that. It's not like I have to get into the game and pick top scars to build my character. No, it's an option for people that are there that want to do that, and that's fine. Like, I am perfectly okay with that. I don't care. I didn't even see it while I was creating my character because I wasn't looking for it. I was just creating my character. I wasn't adding a whole bunch of scars or anything to my body. I did add tattoos, but at the end of the day, not something that I absolutely saw or would even look for in the first place. Why? Because it's something that does not pertain to me as an individual. So when I look across the board and I look at the views that I get for the content that I make, sometimes it really does just feel like it's not worth the investment that I do to review these games. I like playing video games. I like reviewing video games. And I do everything in my power to be as honest and upfront as possible when it comes to how I'm feeling about something. Yes, certain things in the game can make me upset. Yes, I'll make fun of them because it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna rate that as fair and honest as I can. I mean, there was so much negativity up to the launch of Dragon Age Inquisition that I was like, are you serious, man? Like, I was like, I don't even know if I want to cover this game because of how much toxicity is out there. But I wanted to play it. I've been waiting 10 years for this, and everything they had showed me was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted to see from a freaking Dragon Age game. I wanted better combat. I wanted that hack and slash, dodgy, flippy type combat. I wanted that. And that was like, yes, I want that. I looked at the art style and the overall visuals of what Dragon Age was bringing out. And I was like, yeah, I like that aesthetic. I think that looks good. Characters, I was like, okay, characters look all right. They look a little wonky, but not nothing that I can't be like, yeah, this looks cool. I mean, in game, like when you're playing and you're watching the cutscenes and everything and you're seeing the characters, you're like, gosh dang, man, these people actually look pretty dang good. So I'm just like, everything that people are complaining about in games these days, it just makes me to the point where it's like, is this even worth it? Do I have a community that appreciates the way that I review games is the thing. And even if there's just one of you guys that cares enough about my opinions on a game, that's enough for me to keep reviewing these. And you know, it is tough. It is difficult to have to listen to the backlash because of all the other YouTubers out there that have reviewed the game negatively or that are just constantly bashing it, you know, getting that type of, those people coming to the content, you know, it's crazy, man. It's almost like I have to start at the beginning of every single review I do being like, hey guys, I'm a casual gamer. I review games for casual gamers. If that's not you, you probably don't even need to watch it. 99% of the time when I play through a game, I usually really like it. Especially if I can sit there immersed in the game, I'm usually going to rate it pretty high. So yeah, I don't know what to do anymore. Like I feel like I shouldn't have to make these types of videos. I just feel that people should be a little bit more not necessarily respectful, but you know, at least have like real criticism. You know what I mean? If you don't like the way I review a game because I'm all over the place, I do appreciate the suggestions for writing a script. Trust me, I tried, and I don't mind doing that, but at the same time, it's like I get my weekends to enjoy the game, to review the game, and then to like sit and, you know, like I get a couple of days. You know, whereas other reviewers get a week, 2 weeks, a month, sometimes, whatever. I get a few days to actually sit down and review the game, and by that time, the content for those games, surrounding those games, is either super negative or super positive. And it's weird because like I've even gone against the grain when people are like super positive over a game too. I'm like, wow, man, this is like mindless, like super mindless, like Space Marines 2. Like I played that for a couple of hours and I'm like, I'm like, what the freak, man? Why is everybody so happy about this game, but they're gonna trash all these other games? Like, I don't get it. Like Space Marines 2 is awesome, but Star Wars Outlaws is trash. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. I feel like they're all good games, guys. I feel like they're all pretty decent, and I feel like there's fun to be had with all of them. So, I don't know. At the end of the day, guys, if you appreciate these reviews and you appreciate the time that I invest into the channel to bring you this content, please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe button. Please let me know in the comments section that you appreciate this stuff, because it does get pretty overwhelmingly negative sometimes. And I just need to know that there's just a few of you that actually appreciate this content so that I feel better about making it. So, all right, my friends, thank you for listening. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have some fun today. I'm going to play some Horizon Zero Dawn, and gosh, there was another one that I just got too. Horizon Zero Dawn, and yeah, just Horizon Zero Dawn. I think I'll just play around with that one today. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.